Good hello everyone and welcome to today's random impromptu Q&A video. This morning I woke up with a freaking migraine and I felt like a pile of butt, so I decided that I was going to put on my vintage tiara that I got from my great aunt and carry on with my day like a princess. I also feel like this partial random shift in behavior is due to the fact that I was at Disney World on Monday and I'm having serious withdrawal, so right guys, so I asked you this morning to tweet me with the hashtag AskAlliStuff, and so many of you were so kind and really quick and replied me with quite a few ridiculously amazing questions as usual, so thank you for that, for those of you who participated. So let's go ahead and get started with some of these wacky questions. Auburn's Camel asks, Allie, how's your day? Smiley face. My day has actually sucked ass so far because I don't feel that well, but I really appreciate you asking and it's getting better slowly but surely. Heather asks, what is your holy grail makeup product? I'm going to have to say just right off the bat, my mascara. I love Clinique High Impact Mascara. They have like a normal one and then an extreme volume one, both of which are incredible. I own both, I use both all the time, so for sure Clinique Mascara. Lindsay asks, do you enjoy flying? I'm terrified, but I really want to see the world. Any advice? I don't really like flying. It's just an uncomfortable experience because you have to deal with a lot of people, many of which are kind of inconsiderate, and it's just always kind of this stressful, rushing, shoving, noisy thing. But the thing that I try to focus on when I travel isn't the fact that there's a lot of stuff that can and will go wrong. I just try to focus on the fact that I'm going to an amazing destination or to see someone who I love that I don't get to see that often, and I like to marvel at the fact that I can just hop on this big metal container and be somewhere else in the world in just a few hours. So yeah, my advice to you would just be to focus on the good stuff. King V asks, who's cooler, Allie or Justin? They said who was cooler. So if you're asking who was cooler when we were younger, Justin, and if you're asking who's cooler now, still Justin. Dina asks, would you rather have a lifetime supply of candles or a lifetime supply of holiday pies? Great question, and I'm gonna have to say candles actually. I feel like part of what makes holiday pies special is the fact that I can't get them that often. They're sort of like a rare and mysterious food item. But yeah, I would most definitely love to have a lifetime supply of candles because I spend way too much money on candles. I'm literally lighting money on fire and I just love them. So yeah, definitely candles. Soapbox Mark asks, what are your convention plans this year? Anything you've always wanted to hit? I have actually never been to a Comic-Con before, and I think I would just be so ridiculously overwhelmed and excited by everything that I saw. So I would love to see Comic-Con. I mean, obviously like going to San Diego would be incredible, but really just I would love to go to any kind of con like that where I could just see people dressed up. It would be a blast, and I would probably, you know, maybe venture out into a little cosplay myself. I've never actually tried to do that before, but I feel like it would be really fun and a really good experience. So maybe one day I'll get around to one. Rachel asks, if you could change your name to anything, what would it be? And the first thing that comes to mind is Phoebe from Friends changing her name to Princess Consuela Banana Hammock. I really don't know why I just thought of that. I don't know what I would change my name to. Actually, I used to hate my name, but now I sort of like it, so I don't know that I would change it at all. But when I was a kid, I wanted my name to be Ashley and I think Jasmine, because she was my favorite princess. Yeah, I think I wanted to change my name to Jasmine. Alexis asks, cake or pie? I'm gonna have to go with cake, 100%. Mackenzie asks, what is your go-to ice cream flavor? Speaking of cake, cake batter. All the time, forever, 100% cake batter ice cream. It is my always go to. And I even try new flavors. Like, I'm that annoying person in the ice cream shop, like, oh, can I try that? Can I try that? And then I end up getting cake batter anyway. I know it's gonna happen. I might as well just save them the time and get cake batter. Jessica asks, if you could get on a plane right now, where would you go? I would go to South America. I would probably go to Peru. It's a place I've always wanted to go and I've never gone before, so anywhere in South America actually. Totally anywhere in South America. Oh my god, I hope I'm saying your name right. Luxon, I think, please, I hope. asks, would you rather go back in time and see your ancestors or go into the future and see your grandkids? I would say that I would want to go back and meet my ancestors because I actually don't really know that much about my family, and I would just really enjoy asking them some questions about what life was like and, you know, the times that they grew up in, because it's a wholly different experience. I mean, even from one generation to the next, it is a completely new and different kind of world in which you grow up. So I just think it would be really interesting to kind of get a little bit of a glimpse into what life was like. I mean, there's a lot of horrible stuff that happened, but there was also a lot of really cool and interesting stuff that happened. So it would be really cool to get a perspective from someone who actually lived through that. Danny asks, on a scale of 1 to Beyonce, how fierce are you? Some days I feel like I'm, you know, approaching Beyonce, but most of the time I would say I'm a Kelly Rowland. Crystal Kyla asks, are you excited for Playlist? What are you most excited for? Heck yes, I'm excited for Playlist, and I'm most excited to meet you guys, really. That is basically the only reason that I go to these events. That is the best part of conventions for sure. Pete asks, what was your first car? My first car was actually a 1993 Mercury Grand Marquis, and it was a badass car. It was only $500. My neighbors sold it to me because they were super nice and they had a good relationship with my parents, and it was incredible. It was a couch on wheels. Because I actually didn't have a car in high school. I just borrowed my mom's whenever I needed to go anywhere, so that was my like first real car, and I didn't get it until like my second year of college, so that was a huge deal for me. Jen asks, who is your favorite member of One Direction? Would you be disappointed if I told you that I only know 2 of the members of One Direction? I don't even know how many there are. There are 5? I only know Harry Styles and the one Zayn guy. I don't even know any of their names, any of the other ones. Anonymous asks, what is your favorite fast food place? I'm gonna go ahead and say Taco Bell. I just really like it. I don't know, cheesy gordita crunch is my jam. The last question comes from Amy, and it is, how did you and Chase meet? Chase and I both went to Florida State. In 2007, I was a freshman and he was a senior, and we met randomly in a Spanish class. We were friends for a couple of months, and then we started dating, and we dated, I think, for a little bit less than a year. And when it came time for him to graduate, he totally dumped me, and it was awful. And at the time, I super hated him and never wanted to talk to him again. But, you know, years later, I realized that he, you know, did the right thing. He made a really mature and selfless choice by doing that, because what he was trying to do was sort of protect my college experience and allow me to have the freedom to do what I wanted and be who I wanted without being tied down to a boyfriend for that entire time. So yeah, super hated him. I was super pissed. I didn't get it. I was just a kid and I was mad, and we had no contact. He moved away. I kept doing my own thing. I had moved on, got into another relationship, started a whole different life. And last year in June, a lot of crazy stuff was going on with my personal life, and I was on my way to Fiji with a group of girls who I love, and I noticed that I had a layover in South Korea, which I thought was really crazy, and I was trying to get it changed, and I was kind of upset because it was going to be like a whole day in South Korea, and I was like, what am I going to do there? I don't know anybody in South Korea. And as soon as I thought that, I remembered that I had heard that Chase had moved to South Korea like 4 years prior and was still living there. So I was like, okay, this is ridiculous. Like, I don't really believe in fate or anything crazy like that, but this is happening for a reason. I need to just reach out to him. So I wrote him a message on Facebook, and I was so unbelievably nervous to talk to him. It had been so long and I didn't even know what to say. So I basically just said the most awkward and short thing I could think of, which is, hey, I'm gonna be in Korea. Do you want to hang out or not? Whatever you want to do is fine. I'm sorry. So he wrote me back, which was like incredible. I didn't even think he was gonna answer me. So he was like, yeah, why not? I mean, it's a little awkward, but let's hang out. Let's try to catch up. So on my layover through South Korea, we caught up, had dinner, and after that we just kept talking. He obviously stayed in South Korea and I went home. So we continued talking, and it was really, really nice and really easy, and it just was so comfortable. And so he came to visit me, and then I went to visit him in October, and things have just been going really, really well ever since, and I'm just super happy. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry. And I feel really lucky to have him back in my life. And I'm super crazy in love with him, and he's right here, and he's totally blushing, and I'm trying not to cry. Okay, so yeah, there we go. That was way longer and more, hopefully, Jesus, I can't talk. Hopefully that wasn't insanely boring and ridiculous. That's the story of me and my boyfriend Chase. Whew, okay, that was really crazy to say all that. I never thought I'd be talking about this in a video. So thank you for the question, Amy. I hope that answers it thoroughly. And thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Please don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye! Say bye, Chase.
Bye.
Wave your hand in the camera.